what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So before I get into this video, I would like to say, if you're new around here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's over here at this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule to life. So getting into the video, this video is going to be about some new credit score news. And it's a major setback, in my opinion, for Americans in terms of credit scores. And I'm going to reveal why it's a major setback for so many people as the video goes on. But before I get into that, I would like to say I appreciate every single one of you who came by and left a comment on my previous video, the video before this one. You all have been so supportive with me achieving 20,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna be honest with you all. To me, 20,000, while it's good, it's just a number to me. What really matters to me is the fact that some of you come by and you tell me that I helped you out a lot or you learned a lot from this channel. To me, I'm more concerned with impact, and that's why I'm on here, to help people, to educate people. There are a lot of people who don't know about credit cards and credit scores, and we often make that assumption that everyone knows, or that everyone knows what we know. However, there are a lot of people who do not know about credit scores and credit cards, and I was one of them. And I was a grown adult and didn't know. So I know there are others because I come across them all the time. So if you are a content creator out there, just know if you are putting out helpful content, there are people who are grasping it and it can benefit them in a positive way. So that's what I'm more concerned with. I'm more concerned with helping you all, and you all coming by and saying that I have helped you. Over the years, I received thousands of comments of people saying that I have helped them, and that's what matters to me. That means a lot. But I'm not going to hold you up any longer. We're going to talk about the credit score news. So the way how credit score news works around here is I'll read through the article. And this article right here is important because it's from the source. But I'm going to read through the article. And what I also do is I post a link to the article in the description box. That way you all can read it yourself. That way no one is fooled, no one is manipulated. Everyone can see the same thing that I post on the screen, and you can take it in for yourself. But I'm not going to waste any further time. We're going to get right into it, all right? So let's go. It says, average U.S. FICO score drops to 715. FICO analysis shows that more than 8 million borrowers are potentially impacted by new student loan delinquencies, partly driving the 2-point drop of the average U.S. FICO score. Now, this is from the source. This is from FICO, and it was released on April 16, 2025. This is on FICO's website, because people often, they'll come by and be like, hey, I don't like the source, or I don't agree with the source. Well, this is the main source. This is from FICO. This is not from a news site. This is actually from FICO. So we're going to continue to read. All right, let's get into it. It says, global analytics software leader FICO today announced that the average U.S. FICO score stands at 715. This marks a decline of 1 point from January 2025 and a 2-point drop from April 2024, partly driven by the resumption of federal student loan delinquency reporting on U.S. consumers' credit. FICO scores power lending decisions for 90% of the top U.S. lenders, serving as the go-to benchmark for assessing consumer credit risk. As consumer behavior shifts, FICO scores reflect these changes through data reported by the three main credit bureaus. FICO publishes the national average score on a regular basis, providing a pulse on the state of consumer credit in the United States. It says, quote unquote, FICO remains committed to providing the industry with reliable, independent insights that help lenders make informed decisions and empower consumers to understand and manage their credit, said Tommy Lee, Senior Director of Scores and Predictive Analytics at FICO. It says, quote unquote, the modest decline in the national average FICO score is consistent with the anticipated effects of resuming student loan delinquency reporting. As we move through 2025, we'll continue to monitor how consumers navigate the post-forbearance credit environment, as well as the ongoing economic uncertainty. It says key factors impacting the average U.S. FICO score in 2025. Point 1. Resumption of student loan reporting. Following a multi-year pause under the CARES Act, and a 1-year quote-unquote on-ramp grace period by the Department of Education. As of February 2025, federal student loan delinquencies are once again reporting on credit files. Point 2. Rising delinquencies. The share of consumers with a 90-plus day delinquency in the past 6 months increased from 7.4% in January to 8.3% in February, a 12% relative rise. And the first time this figure has surpassed pre-pandemic levels, 8.1% in January 2020. Point 3. Credit utilization decreasing. Despite the rise in delinquencies, some consumers experience modest improvements in credit utilization, a key metric representing 30% of the FICO score. Average credit card utilization decreased from January to February due to seasonal reductions in credit card balances following holiday spending, helping to partially offset the score decline. And then it provides a link for the full analysis on the average US FICO score. And I think some of you should check that out because people are always skeptical of these sources and of these links. But like I stated, this is coming from FICO. This is the main source. This is who 90% of lenders, according to this article by FICO, 90% of lenders go through FICO with the 3 major credit bureaus. So we can't downplay the importance of FICO and FICO scores. But this article was interesting, and earlier I said that it's a major setback. Now some of you will probably say, hey, it's only a 2-point drop from what it was last year in 2024. Well, the problem is for the past couple of years, like the last 5 years or so, or maybe even longer than that, credit scores have been on the incline, consistently increasing. Consistently, I mean going up. And now, as I reported previously and this time around, they're declining. So it declined 2 points. Maybe next month it'll be 3 points. And then in a month after that, it might be 4. And that's a major setback, especially when we were seeing a steady incline and going up, a steady upward incline. And now it's starting to reverse. So while some of you may not see it as a major setback, it definitely is a major setback. It's going backwards, and going backwards is never a good thing, especially when it comes to things like finances, money, and credit scores. But as they stated, credit card utilization dropped a little bit. It said modestly, but it also highlighted the reason why it dropped is because it was so high during the holidays, but now people are catching up on paying down their credit card debt. So they point to that reason, the holidays, as to why credit card utilization is dropping. But as I stated, this is a problem that credit scores are actually going backwards. Now, keep in mind, they're saying the average. They're not saying the median. They're saying the average. So if the average is going backwards, just imagine what the median is doing. Because as I always tell you all, averages are usually brought up by the outliers. So the outliers are usually what keep averages up. But when you start getting into the median and the middle number, that's when things get scary. And I did a video a couple of months ago where I showed that the median credit score in this country is now in the 600s. So if it's in the 600 and credit scores are declining, just imagine where we are heading in terms of credit scores. Now, they highlighted a major issue, which is student loan forbearance ending. And it caught a lot of people off guard. A lot of people were not aware that student loan forbearance were ending, and they got caught blindsided. And the way that a lot of people found out was their credit scores declined. And I mean, I've been seeing some big time declines in credit scores. I'm talking about 100 plus points. And that's unfortunate, especially for people who got caught off guard and they weren't planning on that happening. Because let's say they were planning on applying for a credit card, or they were planning on applying for a home loan or an auto loan, whatever it may be, getting caught off guard with a 100 plus point decline in your FICO score, that hurts. And a lot of people are going through it right now because of that. So student loans are really kicking people's butt. I hate talking about spilt milk, but when I was constantly telling people on this channel during the pandemic, like, hey, pay on your principal. It's no guarantee that these student loans will be forgiven. So pay on your principal. Pay it down while they say it's no interest, because that'll help you chop down on your balance. But some people listen and a lot of people didn't listen. And we could point to a lot of reasons why people didn't do it. Maybe some people, they were saving or paying off other things. But I saw a lot of people using that money that they would have paid with their student loans and using it on discretionary spending. There was a lot of trips being taken. There was a lot of stunting on social media. It was a lot going on, and unfortunately, it's starting to catch up with people. So this is why I bring the news to you all, so you all can know what's going on, because I definitely was reporting on the no interest payments that were able to be made during those years where it was no interest on student loans. And it's just unfortunate that a lot of people weren't able to take advantage of it. But we can only look towards the present and the future. I really hope things do get better for a lot of you, especially people who are seeing decreases in your credit scores. And that's why I'm going to keep telling the news, and I'm going to keep educating you all as long as I can on how to increase and maintain a good or excellent credit score. But while you're here, I want you all to participate in my latest poll. The way you do that is you click on my profile picture to this Water Your Soil channel. You click on it, it's going to take you to the home page of this Water Your Soil channel. After that, you go to the post section. Once you get to the post section, be sure to take my latest poll. I also have other polls there. Participate in those polls as well. But anyways, if you're new around here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I post often. That's clicking on the bell that you see after you subscribe and selecting all. Also, this goes to every single one of you, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. Hit the like button. That lets the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by, sharing my videos, commenting, showing love. I return the love back to you all. It's all about positivity over here. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Hey, what's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.